Thanks, Maribel. Hello, dear colleagues. Thank you for your presence. I would like to share with you data showing part of the situation that we live today in Peru, and for that, I take some data from the presentation of Maribel. A good situation in Peru nowadays is that, for most of this millennium, the country has been growing in a sustained way. Even during the worst year of the global economy, we grow 1%. And this economic growth, sometimes faster, some slower, we hope to continue in the coming years. For now, this growth has already impacted the health sector. Estimates indicate that health coverage is currently about 80%, including that which is represented by Social Security insurance worker, and that represented by the coverage granted by the Ministry of Health or comprehensive health insurance, in addition to private insurance company. Maribel mentioned to us that approximately 4,700,000 Peruvian women are in the age range of diagnosis and menopause and about this. All of them suffer or suffered the consequence of hormonal change, some with bothersome symptoms, while others are beginning to see the consequence of medium and long term. Approximately 38% of these women are within or age ranges for diagnostic 45 and 50 years, and within 5 years of diagnosis that we know are the most symptomatic. This represents 1,800,000 women, another 1,300,000 women, approximately 28%, is within the next 10 years, between 56 to 65 years, and just some of them are actually using a menopause treatment. Maribel also reviewed with you the population distribution. This data is important because due to the geographical reality of Peru, national health coverage is more difficult in the regions of the highlands and jungle. As a result, not all of these 3 million women have access to care by a specialist in menopause, and we consider that at least about 30% of them have never received an indication for treatment. This leaves us with 1,650,000 patients, likely of which 1,100,000 could access to treatment through its own resource or through Social Security or private insurance. The rest depends on the attention of comprehensive health insurance that is subsidized by the Peruvian state and is still not achieved full coverage, as we saw a few slides before. "18 years ago, we did not have that number of patients. Our total population was 20 million, half of them women, of which only about 2,200,000 was above 40 years, less than half the current figures. However, within the private health market, they sold a little more than 350,000 treatments per year in a market where there were no natural treatments. This situation presents a drastic variation. I imagine that similar to other realities from the output of the wide study and the study of 1 million women. In this graphic, you can see how the number of treatment falls almost 50%. Analyzing it, we will notice the appearance and subsequent increase in natural alternatives that led the market today. Tibolone, which was growing up, is also affected and today maintains a modest participation. Surprisingly, injectable hormone therapy still appears with an interesting participation. Transdermal option never really took off and it is danger of disappearing from the market. Finally, the main option a few years ago, oral replacement therapy today, is the last place not only in sales but in prescriptions. Look at this. You may notice the rapid decline in the use of these treatments and the progressive migration of patients to natural therapies. However, if we see the final number, currently with a population of more than 100% more patients, total sales of treatment per year have fallen from 350,000 to about 180,000. To these figures, we must add another 10% represented by the sale of other health institutions, making a total of approximately 200,000 treatments per year. Assuming that all patients take their treatment regularly, we have approximately 60,000 patient treatment per year. If we remember the calculation made in the previous slide, we have 1,100,000 participation by patients. Only 1% of patients are using some kind of treatment. Most of these women is consuming one of 5 therapies that are purchased in the Peruvian market are: first, an injectable therapy, specifically estradiol, valerate, prasterol, and antate. In the second place, Warmi, a combination of natural active ingredients. Third and fourth, different compounds of soy isoflavones. Fifth, Libyan, the original Tibolone. However, if we review the prescriptions information, we see that actually injected therapy is not indicated by colleagues in the profession. The vast majority of indications for treatment are oral therapy, with 84% preference for natural therapies, including soy isoflavones. Within these natural therapies, we can distinguish up to 5 different choices of soy isoflavones with different trends of evolution in recipes, but still with a little more than 60% of preference a choice of black cohosh, each time with fewer indications, and the product more prescribed Warmi with about 35%. This combination of ingredients would be exposed by Dr. Miranda, who for personal reasons has been unable to join us. So we made a last-minute invitation to Dr. Stefano Malaga, responsible for future research of the product.